Yo, it's been less than a week and I just can't do this again for another 4 years or however long that gelatinous mound of skin flakes and hatred tries to stay God Emperor. And don't get your little peepees hard typing some grammatical abomination of a comment telling me how I'm better when I don't take a side or I should just stick to woodworking or some other attempt to insulate yourself from any form of criticism because, while you may scream fuck your feelings, it always seems like you're the one whose fifis get hurt anytime someone dares lob criticism at your golden calf. But let me paint a picture for you, and don't worry, I'll use crayons. Baron Harkonnen is invariably going to get on TV and do some vile shit. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, he puts his willy in the Bible, and it'll make the social media rounds and outrage will blossom across the land, acting like water to the parched lips of sociopathic grifters. But let's take it over to some three-letter news agency where we've got Democratic Congressman Feckless Limpdick on the line. Feckless, while your constituents can't afford groceries, can't pay rent, and are losing their jobs like virginity on prom night, let's focus on the real issues and hear your opinion on the Harkonnen's phallic desecration of the Bible. Well, thanks, Steve. I'd like to come out and condemn, in the strongest language, this attack on our religious institutions. And I'm not just a man of words here. To emphasize how hateful and cruel these actions are, I, along with my Democratic colleagues, will be sending out at least 24 donation emails, and will hold no more than 3 press conferences where we will belch out a litany of meaningless platitudes designed to emotionally manipulate our base into thinking we did something when in actuality we just enriched ourselves on this clearly heinous act. Remember, Steve, fascism can't take root in this country without the complicity of a toothless oppositional party beholden to the campaign contributions of tech billionaires. Well, thanks, Feckless. Now let's take it over to the opposing but equally valid view of Cletus McDogwhistle, who's part of the upstanding and completely not bigoted organization We Hate Everything That Doesn't Have a Penis and Isn't White. Cletus, could you give us your totally valid and reasonable interpretation of the events we all clearly saw with our own 2 fucking eyes? Yeah, sure, he didn't do it. It's all lies being perpetuated by the deep state bankers. That picture you just put up, which clearly shows his wiener in the Book of Job, is actually an AI deepfake image created by the Hollywood elite meant to distract us while they drink the blood of babies and make all our kids into transgenders. Oh, and also, if he did end up doing it, then it was some obscure ritual from early Christian times that you're all taking out of context. See, this is why Trump won, because you all wouldn't stop thumbing your noses at us. And also because the wealthy elite for decades have had all the resources and power, and then as things became more tenuous for them, they realized they needed to shore that power up by blasting propaganda in my face, offering me simple answers to the complex socioeconomic problems plaguing this country, making me believe I was better and more worthy than the people around me. So instead of having a sense of class consciousness and pushing back against the wealthy elites that spent all that time lying to me, I chose to believe their lies, blame the people around me, and then vote into office a wannabe billionaire surrounded by actual billionaires that have media blitzed their way into this image of fake relatability, while in reality will spend every waking minute enriching themselves at the expense of the working class while destroying our institutions before the golden calf of unfettered capitalism. So yeah, you should stop being mean to us already. We just want cheaper eggs. Well, thank you, Feckless and Cletus, in that bizarre moment of self-awareness which could only exist in a hypothetical rant, for joining us today. While the images we're showing clearly display exactly what happened, we can't actually reflect that reality in our broadcasting because that might come across as partisan, and then we'd lose a fuckload of money on advertisements, and it would, of course, piss off the billionaire that owns this station because the idea of a free press is a fucking myth. So instead, we're going to continue this both sides farce while the country falls into the hands of fascistic billionaires, and when they inevitably dismantle our government, we'll fall in line with them and claim no responsibility for their rise. Because remember, kids, it's better to cozy up to Nazis, theocrats, and fascists than it is to ever dare align with anti-capitalists. Have a good night, y'all, and we'll be here over the next 4 years reporting live from the rubble of the United States. Stay safe out there.